Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chaotic Kids channel, where I'm Michelle. I'm making fantasies come true, one story at a time. Okay, so today is August 14th. It is a Friday, and today we're going to be doing a little day in my life video as I just try to survive, honestly. It's not that anything, like, I don't have any deadlines on me or anything like that. It's just it has been over a week. Actually, this whole month of August, I haven't done diddly squat, honestly. Like, I've just been kind of like coasting with just not even journaling. Like, I just was like doing nothing. Like, I think this is my lowest time, like, working on days of working. And most of the days have just been like quick little like, oh, I'm doing this because I want to do, like, what I mean is, like, I've been doing this 33-day consecration, 33 days to morning glory, MaryAnn consecration. I've been doing that for 6 days, and I've been doing journaling when I'm doing it. And so I'm like, that is pretty much the only writing I've done. I'm only at like 22,000 words in that, 2,200 words in that, like, journaling session. So I'm like, I need to get back into doing stuff, especially considering this month, I really wanted to do a couple things with my writing. So if you guys do not know, I am somebody who has multiple different authors in my system. I'm somebody with some sort of dissociative disorder. I mostly call it multiple personalities. But so I have multiple different pen names. I have 4 different pen names. They're Maris, Grace, Shelley, and MaryAnn. And primarily, I try to work on Grace, Shelley, and MaryAnn. Those are the 3 that I primarily try to focus on. MaryAnn, I haven't really worked on, but I have, this month at least, gotten to know MaryAnn a little bit. Before I, I knew she was there, but I never really got to have a sit-down conversation with her. And we did have a little bit of a conversation with her beginning of this week. Basically, I just got to know what she looked like, kind of how she wants her books. Like, we haven't even had a full discussion on how she wants her books to be. But yeah, we're just kind of scratching the surface with MaryAnn. I would like to get to know more about MaryAnn today. I would also like to get to know a different saint. Well, not a different saint. The first saint I want to do as a picture book, which is Saint Louis de Montfort. The reason I'm wanting to kind of start researching him and possibly writing his picture book is because of this book. The 33 days is divided up into 4 weeks. So each week we're focusing on a different saint and how they use their life to be consecrated to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And Saint Louis de Montfort just happens to be that first one. I think he was the first person to dedicate his life, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. But we're just learning about Saint Louis de Montfort right now and kind of learning how he consecrated his life to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Like, he turned everything he did to the Blessed Virgin Mary and to God. And so that's kind of what we are kind of starting with in a way. And so it's like we're trying to figure out how to do so many things at once. Like, we need to kind of get to know MaryAnn to kind of get an idea on how she wants to structure her books, how she wants to just work it out, kind of thing. Then there is Shelley, who wants to get back into doing her chapter book. Shelley wants to get back into the Bugstopia world, and we also want to get back into doing the author Shelley YouTube page. Then we're also wanting to work on JJ's project. So we just have all these things going on, and we're just like, we haven't done anything any of them this month. And it's hurting us. So it's a lot going on. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't have to. I washed the Bugstopia shirt that usually hangs up there. It just needed to get washed. I just need to get washed. But yeah, so it's just been kind of chaotic over here. I also don't know if I put this in the post that I posted on Thursday. But I have recently become a religion teacher. So for my parish, we do CCD. I think all parishes do CCD, or at least Catholic parishes. But we do we have a CCD program from first grade till senior year. And basically this is a time for every Wednesday, I think for an hour, these kids will get to learn about God, learn about Jesus and stuff like that, and how kind of learn the basics in a way. We did it as a kid, and that was just how it was. I originally wanted to shoot for 7th graders, but it turns out that the 2nd graders kind of needed me more, so I'm going to be doing 2nd grade teaching. I'm going to be sharing the time with another person. I was going to say teacher, but really we're just kind of volunteers. But so I'm going to be sharing, like, what I think we're going to do. I haven't talked to this person, but half the time she'll be doing the teaching plan. The other half of the time I'll be doing the teaching plan. But every other week we'll be like switching off between teaching and then doing like doing kind of crowd work, pretty much, like keeping the 2nd graders in line, because there's only 2nd graders. They're only like probably like 7 maybe. So they're pretty young still. I think I think they're 7. But they're pretty young, so it's just like keeping them in check, making sure that they are paying attention and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing. And hopefully with this, I'll be able to not only I know it's hard to say inspire them, but like teach them a little bit about the religion and stuff, about the Catholic faith, and also strengthen my relationship, because like as much as I would, I'm going to be learning with the students whenever the other teacher is talking. So it's not just me talking, it's a collaboration kind of thing. So I think that is going to be really, really beneficial. And I recently only decided to do this on Monday, pretty much. Like Monday I got in contact with our local coordinator for the CCD. I did that. I also went to this virtuous training, which was basically teaching these volunteers, these people who are wanting to, in our archdiocese, it has to deal with sexual assault and warning signs and stuff like that. And I kind of already knew everything, but while I was watching, I was like, this warning signs for this abuse doesn't only refer to sexual assault, it also does emotional and physical assault as well. So it's also just keep those things in mind. Sorry, my nose is all of a sudden itching. But yeah, so I did that. There was a few things that I was like, I kind of already knew this kind of thing. And I thought it's not I thought I knew better, but there was a point where the teacher, the person who was running it, was like, there's the fight and flight response. And in that moment, I was like, there's technically 4 responses to that. There's the freeze, fawn, the fight, flight, freeze, and fawn responses. And so it's hard to tell, which, I don't know. There's just things with that. But yeah, so I've been doing that. Again, I was at my sister's house for a little bit, so I've been desperately needing to get back into writing. I think today, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've already done day 6 of the 33-day morning glory. I'm thinking of doing some journaling with MaryAnn. I think she's around right now. Again, it sounds crazy to say I think she's around. It's just, with my multiple personalities, they're all my personalities, all my alters, all my headmates are in my head. I know some of them are always kind of lurking, and I think she's kind of lurking. I'll just have to see, and see if she's willing to talk. If not, I don't know what I'll do. Especially considering, today I need to finish doing my laundry. I need to clean my brother's house. I need to go see my grandma. I need to go see my dad. So I have a few things on my list, but I would like to get some work done, probably before I eat today, but we'll see. So that's kind of my game plan. I will see you guys in a little bit. When is that little bit? I don't know, but I am just going to get started, probably working on MaryAnn's sections, ideas and things like that, and we'll get into the rest of the day. So I will see you guys later, okay? Bye! Hey guys, it's 11:30 right now. I am going to go downstairs and eat. I've already done kind of one writing session this morning, technically two if you think about it, because I did the morning glory prayer time and journaling session. But I just got done doing some little more get to know me with MaryAnn. I learned with MaryAnn that, so I refer to a kind of a group of my altars as the little Marises. Basically, to me, they look like these fast-moving galaxies to me. But I actually learned that there's like 3 different like classifications of these little Marises, and honestly, I wonder if we should call them something else. But at this point, we've called them little Marises for so long that it's like, oh, they're just little Marises. But yeah, I learned about them, and like, I always knew them kind of as like thoughts, and ideas that we were like, oh, we could incorporate this with a book, and then them just kind of like, or like, just little snippets of like, this is a book that we like, something that caught our attention in that book, and just swirling around being like, whenever they feel like it, they can come in and enter the story. Never really, like, they don't have like a physical body, like a body that we can see. They just kind of look like, to me, they look like galaxies. But I learned from MaryAnn that she actually, there are 3 different like classifications. So there's one that is the little Marises, and they are more like fantasy ideas, and they are represented by galaxies. Then there are shooting stars, that kind of represent like, how do I put this? Like, more ideas that we've learned from books, that are more, that can go both fiction and fantasy, but also those ones are parts that just haven't either fully identified themselves, but like trauma in our past. And then there are crosses that represent Christian values that we want to tie into books. So I feel like our entire life is just books, 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 books. But at the same point, like, we've always been more of a creative kid, especially in the writing sense and like storytelling wise. So it was just interesting to get to know that. And I like, personally for me, I can't see the difference between like the shooting stars, the crosses, or the galaxies. I can tell that there are some like gold ones, there's like gold silvery ones, but other ones are more colorful, and they all represent different parts of me in a way. Like, the colorful ones are the galaxies, the gold and silver ones are the stars and crosses. So it was really interesting to get to know. Yeah, and I think we might come back to work on it some more. I don't know, like, I think I told you guys, I need to go clean my brother's house, I need to go see my dad, I need to go see my grandma, so I have a few things to do. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing now, is getting ready to do that. But I am going to first go down and eat and do all those things after. So I will see you guys probably sometime in the afternoon. Not really sure. We'll just kind of see. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Hey guys, it's like 3 o'clock right now. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the fan running. It's kind of hot in my house, and it's muggy outside, which makes it kind of muggy in here, so I just need some airflow. But so I got back from my little trip out of the house to do my errands. I cleaned my brother's house, and he just happened to be home today. So he paid me $20, which I kind of get paid $20 every other week, or really whenever I go into his house, like whenever he's home, I ask him for 20, or whenever I'm like, I can't afford groceries, like at the end of the month, I'm like, hey, can you hand me $20 kind of thing. So it's never $20 every other week. It's whenever I'm like, oh, hey, could you pay me kind of thing. But so when I got paid, I was like, oh, I'm going to just go up to grandma's, go up to dad's. So I went up to dad's because we burn our trash, and I go to dad's to do that. But also I went up to grandma's, but it turned out that she was at work. And I will say my grandma is 78, 79 possibly. I don't exactly know how old she is. And her birthday's coming up. But I just look at this woman who is on Social Security, and I'm just like, why won't you just stop working? Because she was off work for a while, and then got back into it probably when I had quit work at my nursing home job back in November, I think it was. So she'd been working since November of 2025, and I'm just like, this woman just won't stop. And she's quitting that old the job where I was at with her. She quit that job and is now going to a different nursing home. And I'm just like, Grandma, can't you just stop? Like, I keep thinking of what my dad said. So my mom used to work in a nursing home before she died. And Dad was like, I always got sick whenever Mom would come home, because she would get home, give him a kiss, take a shower, and do that. But Dad would always end up sick after Mom got home, like when the sickness was running around at the nursing home. And I'm just like, I worry about Grandma, because I'm like, I don't want her to get sick. And she's had some moments where she has been sick recently. And I'm just like, I'm scared. I'm scared she's gonna go. And she's my last grandparent alive. My dad's my only. So my dad and my grandma are the only two, like, parent figures in my life. And they're only, like, 5 or 6 years difference between their ages. Which is kind of weird to think about, but it's just how it is. Like, my mom and dad, there's 12 and a half years difference between them, so Dad kind of, in a way, robbed the cradle. But, you know, it's just how they fell in love, you know. And to me, it's not weird, even though, like, if I really go into, like, how they met and stuff, kind of is weird. But yeah, so Grandma is working at a nursing home, went to go see her. She was at work, so I just was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go into town for a little bit. My original goal was just to go to the Mission, you know, but I was also going to go to my little local Catholic shop. I think I've talked about it before. It's called Soul Provider. It's now ran by a different person besides my friend. Like, not my friend anymore, doesn't own it. And I go in there every once in a while. I just don't leave the house too much anymore. And I'm not really close with the people that work there, so I just kind of go in, see if I need anything, kind of thing. But I think I'm going to go in there more frequently now, just because I am going to, I'm going to spoil the kids that I'm going to be teaching in 2nd grade. But it's all going to be, like, things that I feel are useful for them. So I think I'm going to get, like, holy cards. I also want to get them a miraculous medal like mine. And I know they're not going to wear it, but just have it for them, kind of thing. Things like that. I also need to figure out what I'm going to, like, I need to get in contact with the other person I'm teaching with, just to see what we're going to do, kind of thing. But anyway, so while I was at the Soul Provider, I got a pack of 3 notebooks. These are just, I don't even know what kind of notebooks these are. They're just like, maybe like 100 page, maybe 120 page. Actually, 120 might be much. I don't know. They're just really small notebooks. I don't even know the size of them, but they just have lined paper in the side. And it only cost me like $10 for these. And they each have like their own different religious saying on them. This one says, be strong and courageous. This one says, be still and know. And then this one says, be joyful always. These books I'm going to be giving to MaryAnn. Well, okay, that sounds weird, but each of my pen names, they have their own specific book that they work in, like the notebooks wise. Grace works on these kind of more, I also bought them at Soul Provider, but they're just religious notebooks, or journaling notebooks. that have like little, I think they have little quotes at the bottom, you know? But like they have an inspirational quote on the top. I don't actually think I ever look at the quote, like the cover of it, but it's just there. It's one that I have folded over. Then Shelley, she has these like, I think they're 6x8. No, they're smaller than that. I don't know. They're just small little, I think they're called moleskin, hardback paper notebooks. I got them from Amazon. They are Peter Press. That's where I get them. And then, Maris, she writes in whatever kind of notebooks we have. But so these are the notebooks that MaryAnn decided to use. I needed to get her some notebooks so she can feel part of the system, I guess. I don't know. But we got this for her. We actually have one already for her. We just got her some more. We also are thinking about using one of them for like teaching notes and stuff. We'll see if we use it for that. But yeah, so that was one stop we went to. The next stop was we went to the Mission. And now what I love about going to the Mission is not only am I like being generous to the place, I guess, like I never usually pay the amount that they tell me. Like usually I go like a dollar above or like round up to the next dollar. But I didn't do that this time, which I kind of feel bad about. But it's really nice because I'm trying to get a lot more of my books from the Mission instead of buying them. Because the books are only a quarter, but also because they have like a lot of older books, or what I would refer to as older books. Like the book that I got right now, this is the adult book that I got, which was a Danielle Steele, which I read the Finding Ashley book, which is a Danielle Steele. This one is called Without a Trace, and I was just like, this makes sense. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I want to read books. Sorry, words. I buy mostly, buy mostly indie author books off of Amazon, while I'm going to try to do more traditionally published books at the Mission. I don't know if that's how it's going to work, but we'll see. But I also go to the Mission to mostly pick up religious books. So like pretty much all the books that I've got that I've been reading about religious things, like with the Catholic faith, hold on, let me see. Like all the books that I've read about Matthew Kelly, like Matthew Kelly's works, have been like Mission finds, and then this book is also a Mission find. So I'm getting more Mission find books for my religious stuff. But so one of the books that I picked up was 77 Ways to Pray with Your Kids. Now, I don't have kids. I don't want kids, but I figured I could pick this up and read so I can, like, kind of get an idea on how to kind of teach these young second graders how to read. I mean, not how to read, how to pray. And just kind of make it more of a kid-friendly environment rather than kind of seeming like I'm preaching to them as an older person kind of thing. And then the next book that I got is called Beautiful Eucharist. Based on what I see about this is basically, I'll read you one of the blurbs in it. So it's called Beautiful Eucharist. Is a stunning collection of life-changing reflections about Jesus truly being present in the Eucharist and wonderfully present in our lives. The world needs the healing and hope only Jesus can provide. He is waiting in the Eucharist to transform families, churches, communities, and the culture as a whole. And all of that begins with our life-changing encounter with Him today. Beautiful Eucharist is an invitation to encounter the life-giving presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. So you can be a life-giving presence in the world. So that's another book that I picked up. When am I going to read it? I have no idea. I don't know when I'm going to read any of these books. Well, this one I think I'm going to read pretty soon. But the rest of them I have no idea. Another thing that I'm going to show you that I got from the Mission is this little angel. I want to say it's a willow tree find. I don't know exactly, but it reminds me of a willow tree collection. So I got it, if it is, I got it for a pretty good deal. But I'm planning on putting this somewhere on my shelf just so I can have it there. Yeah, I've been talking for like 10 minutes, 11 minutes now. I am going to just say I'm going to pretty much relax for the rest of the time until supper. And then after supper, I'm going to get into my prayer time, my evening prayer time, doing some more heavily religious stuff. Yeah, focus time. So that's all I got to say. I think I'm done writing. We shall see though if I have some energy after I do my prayer time. But it all just depends. So I will probably talk to you guys later. If not, I'll come on tomorrow and give you an update on how things went. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye! Hey guys, it is almost 6 o'clock. I kind of have already done a majority, well, not really a majority. I've done some stuff in my evening routine for my prayer life. I first said a rosary. This is the second rosary of the day. I would eventually like to shoot for 4 rosaries a day. But I'm only getting 2. I'm at least getting 1 a day. I'm working on getting 2 a day. But my goal eventually is to do 4 rosaries a day. So I did that rosary. I also did the daily scripture readings. Kind of didn't fully understand it. So I might watch a video later about like what the homily meant and stuff. I mean, not the homily, but what the gospel meant by this section. But I might do that, I might not, I don't know. I'll probably do it whenever I close out for the day. But for right now, I need to do some work in my Unbound group. So I think I've told you guys, I am part of this local group that meets trying to meet every Saturday. Sometimes it's every other Saturday, sometimes it's every 3 weeks, just depends. Right now we're kind of doing this basic training lesson, but I haven't been there for the last, I think 3 to 4 times. One time I had to leave early. Well, 2 of the times I had to leave early, so I guess it was the last 5 times. So I'm desperately needing to get caught up with things. And on top of that, so every week my friend who runs it will give out the videos. Like, say you missed the 3rd and 4th video like I did, or at least I missed video 4. So I missed video 4. She gave me the the DVD to watch the 3rd video and the 4th video. And I need to get this done for tomorrow so I can give it on to the next person. And then I need to get video 5 and 6. So yeah. What I'm going to do right now is do video number 4. I might also rewatch video 3. Unsure. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so watching video 4, 100% sure. Yeah, and then we'll see how the rest of the day goes. It's only like 6 o'clock. I typically like to end things at 8 o'clock. That's like my latest. I want to like stay up or be out of my bedroom. Because once I hit the bed, like once I go to my bedroom, I'm kind of like, oh, it's the end of the day, I'm done kind of thing. So yeah, so I need to get my Unbound video done. I would also like to do a Bible in a year. There's a lot of things I would like to get done. So I'm just gonna get started with this video and come back later, okay? Bye. Hey guys, so I'm closing out today's video. Today is the 15th of August, I believe. Yeah, it's Saturday. I just wanted to come on and say that I am what I did yesterday. So also, real quick, I'm sorry if you guys can hear kind of like a grogginess in my voice and if I feel like if I look very lackluster. I'm currently sick. I don't know what kind of sickness I have. I just have a really sore throat. And honestly, my energy levels are really, really low. Yeah, I don't know what got me sick. Honestly, I blame it on the fact that I was cleaning out my drain. And I, like, the chemicals might have, like, I don't know. I just smelled the chemicals a lot more. I don't know, but I got sick. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say, so yesterday, I finished out the day watching videos 3 and 4. Honestly, video 4, I didn't really pay full attention to, so I hope maybe today I'll finish them, like I'll rewatch them. But I am not going to be going to my Unbound meeting today. I was supposed to go to it today, and then possibly have a little hangout eat time with my friend. But that's not going to happen. Like I said, I'm sick. I just don't want to get anybody else sick. So I'm just going to chill at home for today. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to even go to church because I'm sick. Yeah. So today might be a chill out day. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on and say what I did for today. And honestly, I don't know if there was much content in today's video, like good quality content. Well, yeah, I don't know. If you guys found any aspects of today's video helpful or inspiring or whatever you want to say, go ahead and tell me down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, I don't know how much content I'm going to have coming up, just because I am sick. I was originally going to post this video on Tuesday, but instead I'm going to post it on Thursday because I just can't. I wanted to have a video out today, on Tuesday and Thursday, but I'm not going to push putting out a second video. I was honestly going to have today, like Saturday and Sunday, I was going to have like a religious weekend or possibly a reading weekend. But I just can't, honestly. Like, I just want to lay in bed, be a vegetable, and not do anything. So me sitting up right now out of my computer, like, is a good enough effort. Yeah, so I'm sorry if this video was a little lackluster and didn't really get into much detail. I did at least get to know MaryAnn a little bit more. I did have to cut the conversation off short, but I don't know if she wants to talk some more about her life. I know she told me a lot of great information about the little Marises in my system, which I've always just referred to as, sorry, my eyes hurt now. The little Marises, I always assumed were just part of Maris, but it turns out that there's 3 different classifications of them. I don't really want to go into too much details, but there are cross little Marises, there's shooting stars little Marises, and then the galaxy little Marises. I don't know if we're gonna keep calling them little Marises. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just keep calling them little Marises, because that's what we've always called them. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really, really tired. But yeah, so we talked about that with our system. We also got to know how MaryAnn got her name, which was really cute. It was basically a combination of our mom's middle name and Mary, the Blessed Virgin Mary, because Mary has been such an influential person in our life. Then we also went to the mission, then we did some religious time. I don't know. Friday was kind of a okay-ish day. We started out feeling really good. Then after lunch, it was kind of the downhill, and then after supper, it was even downhill. So, yeah, just a lot. Again, I am feeling really rough right now. But basically, I'm just going to close out today's video and say I hope you guys had a lovely time. If you guys want to know more about myself and my system, I guess I could do a video about that. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and leave it down in the comments down below. And I just hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope you guys don't get sick. And I guess remember to keep making fantasies come true, one story at a time. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully then I'll be a little bit better off and not so sick. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye!